Normandy, my part of France. From the time I was a little girl, I've remembered it like this. I think I still love the Orne more than any river I know. Since 1944, however, we've had a number of additions to our landscape, monuments to the men killed during that terrible summer in the Battle of Normandy, and cemeteries for soldiers of other lands who died to set France free again. The daily bus still runs from Caen, just as it has for years, carrying people back and forth between their farms and villages. The last stop is Aunay-sur-Odon, my town. On June 15th, 1944, not one of Aunay's shops or houses was left standing. No town in all of Normandy, or in all of France, was more completely destroyed. We mourned our dead, and we buried them, 200 of them. And then we went to work. We wanted to keep our community together, so we built a second village, just a short walk from where the first had been. This is the second Aunay-sur-Odon, our village built of wood. The main square on market day is just alive with shoppers. Every Saturday morning it's like this. Like most of the women folks here in Aunay, I try to do my buying for the week on market day. But I've never told you who I am. I'm Mrs. LeCain. I'd like very much to show you our town. The church dominates this square. It's not as nice as the one we lost, but it offers us peace and comfort when we need it. This figure of our Lord is one of our holiest treasures. It used to be in our hospital, and we found it among the wreckage. Somehow it had come through. Now it's a memorial to our dead. Our town hall is right across from the church. It won't win any prize for beauty, but it's still the official center of our town. You'll find all our records inside. May I introduce our mayor? He's a retired doctor who still heads our hospital, and he also happens to be my husband, Louis LeCain. Louis works hard, duties at the town hall, problems at the hospital, and 100 other responsibilities. He's been mayor a long time now. He's seen a lot and accomplished a lot. I'm proud of him, but don't think I let him know how proud. The fact our village is made of wood doesn't mean it's not pretty comfortable. We've got electricity and water and telephones and all those things. The houses are kind of plain, but bright curtains and a few flowers growing around them make them look real cheerful. I don't imagine they seem like much to you, but to me each one is a homely little monument to some neighbor's courage and devotion. Our school only has the elementary grades. We just didn't get a chance to build a secondary school for the older children. We have our big times on special occasions, like every other French town. The thing that really gets the people excited is bicycle racing. Our hotels? Wouldn't find them in any deluxe listing, I'm afraid. Our movie house shows some pretty old pictures, but we enjoy them just the same. And if our shops aren't quite what you'd expect along the Rue de la Paix, the merchants have managed to keep us supplied with what we need. There'll always be a place for a jewelry store as long as young people are getting engaged and married. And a beauty shop is a thing no woman will ever be able to do without while she's still got eyes to see herself in the mirror. Lucky for us, the old monastery that was converted into a cheese factory wasn't completely wrecked. Today, about 10% of the town works there. We turn out 6,300 packages of camembert a day. Jean tastes every piece of cheese before it's packed, and he's been at it for 29 years. You'd think he'd had enough camembert by now. But no, he insists on having some with every meal at home. There's Marie. She's one of our oldest residents. She was born here and grew up here. I like Marie. I didn't know her very well in the first Aunay, but I've gotten to know her much better since. The truth is, a lot of us have learned to know each other better in the second Aunay. I have to go on with my shopping and then meet my husband. I don't know what I'd do without our butcher. I pride myself on knowing meat, but I'm a child compared to him. He's never given me a bad piece of meat since I started trading with him 20 years ago. Some bread and pastry from the bakery, and that's my shopping for today. Now to get these things home before I meet Louis. Well, that's the second Aunay. It's not much, but it's become home to 2,000 of us who came back to live here. Why did we come back? Maybe 100 reasons. Maybe only one. But it doesn't matter now. The people of Aunay, young and old, are together again. And out of the ruins, we've succeeded in building a new life for ourselves. That and something more. Look at Louis just standing there, staring at what has happened, as if he were seeing a miracle. And in a way, it is a miracle. When you look at it, shining white and new in the sun, our town of stone to take the place of the town of wood. The third Aunay to exist in less than 7 years. We could never have built it if our government hadn't furnished the money. Then we had some help from the Swedish people, and there's our new hospital, the Marshall Plan made possible. Practically every day, Louis out there checking on how the work's going. The new operating room is going to be right here. Some of the older folks who came back, they had no family left to come back to, so we just put them in the hospital. They pay what they can, and they go and come as they please. The new school has one part for the girls and the other for the boys. Elementary and secondary both this time. Over in the center of the third Aunay, men are busy everywhere trying to finish the town as fast as they can. They have worked so hard. Every time I come over, I'm just amazed at the progress the workmen have made, particularly when I realize that every stone going into the new building is worked by hand. And put in by hand. The new town hall is going to be kind of imposing, I think. I can't wait to see Louis in his new office. Where those reeds and stones are now, you'll see a lovely garden and a pretty fountain before long. The streets have exactly the same names as they had in the first Aunay, and the same layout. In the ground room, the same shops follow one another in the same sequence. And Harcourt Street is just where it was before. Some of the stores really look as if they're all ready to open up first thing tomorrow morning. You never saw anything so neat and trim as the butcher's new place. And of course, the baker's so anxious to get into his shop, I can practically smell the fresh bread coming out of the oven already. Church Square is right where it used to be, of course, in the center of the town, with the church rising where it stood when Alain Pol was the rector. Everybody's so sorry he got transferred just as the new church started going up. He was a dear, good man who helped us through some hard and heartbreaking days, and we all hope he'll get back for the dedication. Nice, isn't it? It's the new community hotel, willed to the town by a wealthy citizen. We love our little chef. He symbolizes the Norman cuisine, and of course we think it's the best cooking there is. The cornerstone of the hotel has an inscription that brings back some memories. Aunay-sur-Odon was totally destroyed by bombs from June 11th to 15th, 1944 during the Second World War, and was reconstructed from 1947 to 1951. Reconstructed. 1947 to 1951. Shops, public buildings, church and homes, stone by stone, a complete town. Some of the homes are one-family types. Others are two-family types. But they all have plenty of room for gardens. Marie's so cute about her house. She's over there practically every 3 hours seeing how it's coming along. She does more tours of inspection than Louis. And as mayor, he's expected to keep an eye on things. Today he's got good news for Marie. She's going to be able to move in before the week's out. Soon every one of these houses will be full of families, full of living. That will be a wonderful day for Aunay. 3 towns in 7 years. Something keeps running through my mind. Something Alain Pol said just before he left. I believe in the worth of the sacrifice of our dead, he said. I believe in the fellowship of all who survive. I believe that future generations will never forget. I believe in the victory of life over death. I believe in the resurrection of our small village and this great country. I believe that God will help us rebuild the new Aunay in joy, in peace, and fraternal love. None of us in Aunay-sur-Odon claims to be a hero. Yet if courage and faith and tenacity count, then maybe there is heroism in this story of a village left for dead that wouldn't die.